AirSafe offers the industry's largest selection of air hitches. Innovation and engineering ensures you receive the safest and smoothest ride. Stop the shock flow between the tow vehicle and the trailer, and you greatly reduce the explosion of energy when these two forces meet. The patented AirSafe receiver hitch is engineered so the connection to the trailer is separated from the connection to the tow vehicle by an industrial-strength airbag. The airbag sits between the steel shank plate and the steel ball mount plate, which glides on high-strength self-lubricating Nile oil. The two plates are connected by 4 high-strength steel tie rods. Each steel tie rod has a 16,200-pound tow rating. We then bring it all together, making the world's finest engineered and most technically advanced AirSafe receiver line. There is another element that causes energies to collide with rigid connections. Any upward or downward motion actually shortens the overall length of the two vehicles. The metal hinge represents the full distance from the front of the tow vehicle to the back of the trailer. If the tow vehicle drives over a bump, it forces the rear of the vehicle upward, bringing the vehicles closer together. This forward and backward motion is what destroys transmissions and causes severe metal and personal fatigue. Now, break that rigid connection by using our AirSafe receiver. Weight distribution must be used in accordance with manufacturer's recommendations. Please check Vehicle Owner's Manual for correct application. In the following scenes, we have foregone the use of the weight distribution system for demonstration purposes only. Insert the AirSafe hitch into the receiver. Pin and make sure all mounts are properly tightened. Lower the trailer onto the ball. Now add air through the top stem until the steel tie rods are parallel. We are using a simple handheld pump. In most cases, less than 60 psi will be necessary for proper inflation. Watch as we take this 32-foot toy hauler over 3 sets of railroad tracks. When the rear of the tow vehicle moves, it does not force the tongue with it. This is how we eliminate shock transfer. Ever wonder why you get so fatigued when you are pulling a trailer? It's simple. The shock from the trailer is being transferred to the vehicle and these forces collide. Compare these rear view mirrors. The traditional rigid connection on the left shows how shock waves are thrown in all directions inside the tow vehicle. Let's watch this again in slow motion. You see shock forces thrown in all directions, causing loss of steering control, white knuckles, and sore lower backs. When the tow vehicle hits potholes, dips, or road heaves, it throws the vehicle off its center course. In an instant, you are over the bump or dip attempting to get back on course. Then the trailer hits the same obstacle and transfers its forces back to you. The end results? Shock energy flying in all directions. AirSafe hitches reduce as much as 90% of this shock through its patented air hitch design, ensuring you a safe and comfortable ride. AirSafe receivers are virtually maintenance-free and are the only air hitch products specifically designed to be used with weight distribution systems. Attach the spring and trunnion bar the same way you would on a traditional rigid connection. The weight is now equally distributed. Lower the tongue weight onto the ball. Now inflate the airbag until the steel tie rods are level. Watch as it gains perfect balance. You are now driving with the regular use of weight distributed 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. We will now go across 3 sets of railroad tracks. Keep your eyes on the 2 steel tie rods. When the rear axle of the vehicle hits the railroad tracks, it instantly drops into the rail bed rut and then jumps back out of the rut, which would normally transfer energy back to the trailer. Right here, bam, bam! Because the industrial strength airbag is between the truck and vehicle connection, the shock is absorbed in the airbag. Let's watch it in slow motion. Instead of calling it shock or G-force, let's look at it as electricity. When the truck hits the tracks, it sends its electric current back to the trailer. But the electrical circuit cannot transfer to the trailer because the current is broken by the airbag and cannot be transferred back to the trailer, keeping your dishes in place, protecting electronics, greatly reducing metal fatigue, and keeping your precious cargo safe. To prove the point even further, we took a Chevy half-ton pickup and pulled a 28-foot trailer. This clearly shows how the airbag absorbs shock.